And we're underneath the Wrigley building. Krista, thanks for tuning in here. Let's take a water taxi ride. And there's a chance of rain. Yeah, we're gonna catch this yellow Windella water taxi here. We'll see if I still got any rides left on my ticket. I had some. I think I got one or two left from last year. So we'll see if they accept. I think they roll over, and that's what they told me, and we'll find out. So here, we'll get in line here. There'll probably be some people getting off. But if you just join, we're in Chicago. We're going to take a water taxi ride down the main channel, the Chicago River, underneath the Basco bridges. And, you know, starting now, Wednesdays and Saturdays, they do bridge lifts, but I don't think they're going to do it today. But they might surprise us when we get further down the river there. If we see any bridge lifting going on, we'll be sure to film it here. I'll try to get either out here, or we'll try to get on the front of the boat. And we'll queue up here, and we'll get on this water taxi here. So, hey, we got 11:55. Alvin, how you doing there? Krista, Stephanie, thanks everybody here. Ernesto, yeah. Oh, see, Chicago Fire Department lost the fire captain. Oh, sorry to hear that. Thanks for the news there, Ernesto. We'll look into that. Yeah, the Chicago Fire Department lost a fire captain today. Was it in a fire, or was it some other thing? I'll look into that. I did not know that. But here, see, we're under the Michigan Avenue Bridge here. We'll catch this water taxi, see where we're at here. There's the Jewelers Building. And see, there's a bunch of people going to take an architectural cruise on the Windella. I'll be your tour guide on this for YouTube. Yeah, we're taking the yellow taxi. We're taking the water taxi there. Sharon, Ernesto, Samuel, Alvin. Yeah. Naya, how you doing there? Diane. Yeah, Chris, NATO's guide. Yeah, we're taking the water taxi here, so we'll see if see, you just get a QR code here. Let's see if it works here. They scan it usually once you get on the boat. And there's the captain there. Let's take a little water taxi ride there. So if I missed anybody, I'm really Julie Reed. Yeah, thanks everybody for the components. Garage collapsed. Oh no, it was on the line of duty. Oh man.
Counter in the back.
Counter in the back. Okay, thank you. How you doing? Thank you. So here we can sit in the front. Here they'll scan our. See if they scan our code here. You see they got seating here. Yeah, let's go in the front here. I guess they'll come around. That's how you get up to the captain's corner. Yeah, let's sit in the front here. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah. David, how you doing here? We're on a water taxi. See, we're on a Chicago water taxi. There's the captain. And hey, there's the Linnea. There's architectural tour boat there. For me, this is the cheapest way to get on the river if you don't have a boat. You get a 10 pass ride for $25. It ends up being $2.50 per ride. And if you just buy it single, it's like $10, I think. And hey, there's a pleasure graph going by here. If you just joined here, one rare gemstone here. Yeah, welcome to the Chicago River here. And we're looking at Wacker Drive there across the way. There's the London House, the Mather Tower. There's the Michigan Avenue Bridge there. And we'll race this Linnea boat here. Mr. Bones, how you doing there? There's people purchasing a ticket here. You got to watch your step when you go through the door there. I caught my foot on the lip there. There's a bar here. No one's sitting inside here. Come sail away. There, barbecue cruise there. Thursdays, 5:45. Okay, so this one here, this is owned by the Windella Boat Company. There's Shoreline. They're competing companies. I think they're private companies. I think they lease the berths here from the city. See how Windella has this area here. So Windella has water taxis and architectural cruise boats. See Lucia there behind us, and and then Shoreline, they have berths at Navy Pier, further on the other side, and by the Sears Tower. This will take us over to Ogilvie, And I think if you stay on this boat, it goes all the way to Chinatown, but I don't have time to. I'm on my lunch break here, so we're just waiting to cast off here. And we'll take a nice little. There, let me get my. He's going to scan my code here. Here, I'll get it going here. I had it ready, but the phone times out every time. Oops. 825. There we go. Thank you. Appreciate it. There we go. We scanned. That's an architectural tour. We're on a water taxi. We're on a yellow water taxi boat, so I'm going to be your tour guide. So you're going to have to listen to me point out the buildings here. And I'm driving the people away here. They heard me talking, and they're going to move to the back there. Maybe they got to pay. Maybe that's what's going on. Yeah. You see, we're underneath the Wrigley building. That's where you catch it here. See how there's a water taxi stand here. There's the Trump Tower. So in between the Trump Tower and the Wrigley building, if you walk on the north side of the river, the terrace is down. They still have a lot of the bottom of the Trump Tower blocked off for security reasons. And look at that nice view there. We're just waiting to launch. Yeah, they had to go buy their tickets there. So here, we'll sit in the front here. There we go. I think that's the chime.
Hello, everyone, and welcome aboard Chicago Water Taxi.
So they're pulling in the door there.
Your undivided attention to this important.
He's got to hop back on there. There you go. Look at that.
This vessel
hey, look, here goes the large barge.
By the U.S. Coast Guard and is fitted with all required safety equipment. Life rings are located aft by the stern and forward in the bow. Life preservers are stowed in labeled storage lockers under some of the bench seats and in the forward locker of the main cabin. Please do not tamper with them, as they are for emergency use only. In the unlikely event of an emergency, a uniformed crew member will distribute and assist in the dying of life preservers. Instructions for their use are located inside the lockers.
Hey, the
Please do
asylum.
not stand on the seats or sit on the seat backs or the railings. Feel free to move about the vessel, however, please walk. Do not run.
Oh, I was going to run.
Please use extra caution stepping over the thresholds when moving in and out of the main cabin. Emergency exits are located on either side of the vessel. Exits to and from the main cabin are fore and aft.
Fore and aft.
Smoking or vaping on this vessel is unlawful.
Oh.
It is not permitted anywhere on board. Flash photography at or near the pilot house is prohibited. Please keep your hands and arms inside the vessel at all times. Interfering with the safe operation of this vessel is illegal and subject to a civil penalty.
Ooh, civil penalty.
Please do not throw trash overboard, on the deck, or out in the toilet.
Look at that plane.
Trash cans are located throughout the vessel. The restroom and snack bar are located in the main cabin. If you have questions or need assistance, please contact a uniformed crew member. Once again, welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard here. Yeah, we're on a water taxi here. We're heading down the Chicago River there. Yeah, shout out to Dylan for botting his way to 10K there. I saw that there. The asylum. I was waiting for the announcements to finish there. NATO, you're obsessing about my dress there. It's freaking me out there. But thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And yeah, the plane. Look at this. Look at this view. Straight up 1,200 feet to the top of the Trump Tower here. We're going under the Wabash Avenue Bridge. There's the Jewelers Building. Look at these views. You get back to the Wrigley Building, and there's the Mather Tower, the London House. See, we're underneath the Wabash Avenue Bridge. There's the river view. Look how close it's coming to the shore there. There's the Marina Towers. Thanks for tuning in here. We're taking a water taxi over to the Ogilvie station. And yeah, there's the Jewelers Building there. You can look back to the top of the Carbide and Carbon, the Mather Tower. The Prudential buildings are behind there. I was hoping for a bridge lift today, but I don't think they're going to do it. And so we'll have to wait till next Wednesday. And you have to watch the reruns if you're really looking for a bridge lift video. We got last fall, last spring, and the last 2 years we've been filming the bridge lift multiple times. So we got plenty of reruns of bridge lifts. But here's the Marina Towers. Petron Goldberg. There's Smith and Walensky. See how you can look to the actual marina portion. That's where they got the electric boats there. Look at this. We got the Riverview. We got Emerald Lady here. There's a true architectural cruise boat going through there. You see how they got a guide. And I'm your guide here. Here's the Leo Burnett building. There's the R.R. Donnelly building, or maybe I got them reversed there. And look at the beautiful skylines views you get Again, this is the cheapest way that I know of to get on the river there. You get a 10-day pass for the water taxis. It ends up being $2.50. So this ride cost me the same as a CTA bus or train ride there, $2.50. There's the Quaker Oats building. There's the Westin Hotel. There's where we watched the turn the river green there. We're gonna pass this barge here, so we're getting in ramming speed here. There's Tiny Tap. And yeah, look at these towers there, 111 Wacker, Clark Street. See, we're racing the large barge here. Yeah, there's open bar. There's an open bar right here. There's an open bar right there. You can get alcohol and drinks. Here, we're going underneath Clark Street here. There's the tour guide there. Look at the Britannica building here. And here's where we saw our friend yesterday from Galway, Ireland. He actually caught us with us over there, but I think he was sitting there where those people were sitting on this seating wall. This is where the Eastland disaster happened. We're cruising now here. See, we're racing the Riverview. Here's LaSalle Street Bridge there. Look, they're posing for a picture. How you doing there? Remember that time somebody threw a beach ball down from the bridge there? That was on the Lake Street Bridge. We'll pass it there. Hey, they got the little paddle boats back out here. You can paddle the boats there. You get the electric boats. There's LaSalle Street. There's the Thompson Center. We're heading up on the Merchandise Mart. Here's the high-rise buildings here. We're on a yellow water taxi here. Thanks for tuning in here. Hey, Dolores, how you doing there? Tane, yeah. Yeah, there's people sending me gotcha questions. There's no way I'm touching that question with the 10-foot pole. No matter how I answer it, you're gonna ambush me. I know it. So I like all people. I'm pretty easy come, easy go here. You know, I'm a laid-back hippie. Every once in a while I get riled, but I don't know who doesn't. Here's the Merchandise Mart. See, they got the Esplanade. Look how we look through the Salesforce Tower. And do you have any questions about the Riverwalk? Instead of just random questions about stuff you want to talk about, why don't you talk about what we're actually viewing here? There's a really nice view of the Sears Tower coming up here. That's why I'm kind of... There it is. Look at that view of the Sears Tower in between the the New Veen Investment there. And is that the transportation building, or that's the transportation building? I don't know. Here's the Franklin Street Bridge. And we'll head to the confluence. This is the North Branch and the South Branch of the Chicago River. Of course, they reversed this. This river used to flow towards the lake. Now it flows here and goes to the left and goes down to the Illinois Ship and Sanitary Canal, goes to the Illinois River, goes to the Mississippi. Here's the New Veen Investment. That's nice curve. You got the reflected buildings. And it's nice that we have more buildings to reflect in it now. The Salesforce Tower to the left. This is housing, luxury rental housing. See how they added more to the Riverwalk on the north bank here. And there's that bluff that we view the river from a lot of times, the Calatrava statue. See, we were walking along there yesterday. There's all the deck chairs here. We got about 66 degrees here. It's actually a pretty pleasant day. Here we're going to pass this Wendella boat. Hey, there's kayakers. There's kayakers in the river there. Look at that. People kayaking on, what is it, April the 23rd, 2025 there. Look at that. Hey, how you doing there? People waving from the Wendella there. How you doing there? Yeah. So here we'll go under the Lake Street Bridge here. Here's the Tuning Fork building. Oh, they're making a wake. Look at this. Look at this plane. This plane looks like it's too low. There's people on the Lake Street Bridge. It always looks like it's too low. There's the Beatnik Kitchen, and this is the Porter Kitchen and Deck. Look at that plane. Look at that plane flying through there. It looks like it's lower than the Sears Tower. Man, it flew right through there. If you were in the Sears Tower, but you looked out and saw a plane right at the same level as the observation deck. Look how it's cantilevered over the... It's because of the railroad. There's railroads underneath all this. Here's the Boeing building. There's the Bank of America building. And there's the Beatnik Kitchen back to the Salesforce Tower. We're on this water taxi. Here's the South Branch of Chicago River. Pull up to Riverside Plaza. Continue our walk here. Yeah, it's too soon. Ernesto, how you doing? Too soon for kayaking? Yeah, here's the Boeing building. It also was known as the AT&T Ameritech building. Here is the Bank of America. There's the Bar Mar Bizarre Meats by Jose Andres. And Washington Boulevard. There's the Civic Opera House. there's the Riverside Plaza. The Riverside Plaza used to be Chicago Daily News. So it was a competitor of the Chicago Tribune. So the Chicago Daily News had their skyscraper, which was this, which was larger than the Tribune Tower and the Sun-Times. Look at the Civic Opera House. That's where we're going, where those people are at. We're going to dock right there, and then we'll head up into Riverside Plaza and continue our walk through the loop. So welcome to Chicago, 66 degrees here. Riverside Plaza, this Art Deco. It's a built over railroad air rights. Here's the Civic Opera building. Look at the scale of this building. You can see it in Citizen Kane, the movie by Orson Welles. And we're in Chicago here, Civic Opera. That's the back of stage there. And look at the porthole windows. It looks like a throne there. You look at that. And that butts up to Wacker Drive, as does the Mercantile Exchange, Chicago Mercantile Exchange there. CME building, the largest futures market in the world still. Here, 2 North Riverside Plaza. See? And you can get to the Ogilvie train station this way. That's why people use this if they commute in on the Ogilvie train and they want to quickly get to the other side of the loop. That's why you take this water taxi. Here, we'll walk through the back here so I can show you. How you doing? So here's a bunch of seating area inside here. Here's a bar. And there's the ticket. So one way, senior discount. But if you get the 10 pass, $25. 10 pass for just $2.50. That's the best. So here, let's get out of here. Let's get off here. Oops, sorry. So I just want to show you the whole boat there. How you doing? See, Wendella boat docking only, no trespassing.
All right, folks, this is Madison Street, Madison. Ogilvie Union Train Station.
Thank you, appreciate it.
This
Madison
is
Street.
Madison Street.
Yeah, there it is.
In a few minutes, this vessel will depart this dock and head down toward Chinatown.
So if you stay, all those people are going to Chinatown there. You stay on it there. These people are going to get on. You see how there's a little ticket booth here. There's a person there. You can go and buy your tickets right there. And this is underneath the Riverside Plaza. I'll show you where. And again, one-way tickets, $10. This is for the Chicago water taxi. This is the best deal. 10 ride pass, $25. That's what I bought. 10 pass, if you're going to ride it often, $2.50 per ride. You can do an all-day pass for $20. Just hop on, hop off. Chicago water taxi. We just took it from Michigan Avenue, and then this boat will continue to Chinatown. So here, let's head up the stairs here. This is a true intermodal facility. It connects you to the Metra commuter trains there at Ogilvie. You get to your water taxis. You can catch Ubers and divvy bikes, and you can easily get to the rock across the river, or go a few blocks north. You can get to the CTA train lines and transfer. So here, welcome to Chicago, 2 North Riverside Plaza. I'll show you how to get to Ogilvie here. Hey, there's the shoreline sightseeing going underneath the Madison Street Bridge there. See, I thought they were doing a bridge lift today, but they're not. They could have did a bridge lift today, but probably there's no boats that decided to take advantage of it because they probably did it on Saturday. Look at this. Look at this relief in here. And again, this Riverside Plaza used to be the Chicago Daily News facility here. And see how they got it. Hey, let's check out the tulips up here. We'll show you.